Here we go. Kim Spanner. Right, I'm going to sort you that out right now, Kim. I'm going to sort you that out right now, Kim. Trust me. I'm going to sort you that out right now, Kim. I can't even see me on live stream. Oh my god, hi. Hey, who's famous round here? Not me. Jordan Rothwell's not live, he's famous. Denver's live, but he's asleep. I'm still going. We're on it. I can't rig it up right now, Kim. I'll rig it up in a bit. I can't find my own stream. Am I even live right now? Oh my god, that was my cue. Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Man and this is Friday Practice 3, but it's Saturday. It's Practice 3 ahead of the 2022 Japanese Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then please do get yourself subscribed because I'm live for every single session, qualifying and the race. And please do drop me a like because it helps YouTube notice me and put me on the list with the other F1 channels, and then we can start growing a bit of a community. But basically, let me just turn the music down a little bit and then I'll say hello to people in the chat. But before that, Rooney, no, listen, the cap's not coming off. I do look like Prime Wayne Rooney, but that's a different day. That's a different story for a different day. Right, listen, right. Beside the fact that I've stayed up all night and all the rest of it and had a bit of a party, but aside from that, right, we've had two massive bits of breaking news in the Formula 1 world in the last couple of hours, and that is that Pierre Gasly has now been confirmed. As you can see, I've got the news going down the bottom because professional streamer. Pierre Gasly has now been confirmed to drive for Alpine next season alongside Esteban Ocon. So it's an all-French team for Alpine next season. And then filling Gasly's spot at AlphaTauri is Nick De Vries. So Nick De Vries is going to be running alongside Yuki Tsunoda at AlphaTauri for 2023. So Nick De Vries gets his seat. So really the only unconfirmed seats now in Formula 1 are the Haas seat, which hopefully Mick Schumacher can keep hold of, and the second Williams seat. Everything else is sort of done. The tables are turning, the musical chairs, everyone's sitting down on the chair. And yeah, so anyway, who's in chat? So we've got two bits of breaking news here. Alpine is at Gasly's at Alpine for next year, and Nick De Vries is going to be in AlphaTauri next season. So big breaking news. Konnichiwa, yeah, konnichiwa, Chris. I don't know what the rest of the sentence says. Watashi wa koko ni masu. I don't know what that means, Chris, but I hope it wasn't anything rude. Welcome in, Kim's here. Yeah, I'll sort you out the spanner, Kim. If I can find my own live stream, which there wasn't a notification for, which, what's going on there? Am I even live right now? I must be, because people in chat, innit? I don't even know what's going on right now. Yeah, but anyway, Sean's in as well. Big up Sean. I'm going to load up the live timings in a minute because the session's about to get underway in about 3 or 4 minutes. He's never rude. Yes, you are. That's why we call you Chris Innuendo, or what is it, Pound Coin Innuendo? I don't know. Yeah, you are. Not rude in a nasty way. Rude in a innuendo way. So yeah. Anyway, they're doing the theme tune. Hope it's not too echoey. I feel like I've got a mad echo. It might just because my laptop volume's on a big one. Hopefully the green screen's not too bad. With the changing light, it's going to be a bit of a madness, but we'll see how we cope. If it's really bad, how's that now? It's going to be stable at sort of like this. Yeah, that's fine. It looks fine. We're rock and roll. So yeah. It is looking drier than it was yesterday. It looks like a dry circuit. Obviously, was a full washout yesterday. I can't even believe it's been it feels like I've not slept since practice 1 and practice 2. This feels like the same day. It's all rolled into one. But here we are for practice 3. I don't see, when you can see the green screen, it's when I create a shadow behind me. Shadow is the biggest enemy right now. But yeah, welcome in everybody who's watching. Big ups to you if you're in at 4 AM UK time to join me for a bit of practice. Back to back breaking news. I know, SHT, I couldn't believe it. I've put it down here. But yeah, we had what, a 1 AM breaking news UK time. Obviously that is right. I've got to load up the live timing, so just bear with me 10 seconds whilst I just rig up that before the session actually starts in a couple of minutes time. Okay, so at least the conditions are dry. We're going to get some actual dry running. It's 21 degrees in Suzuka right now, and we are going to light up the live timings. Please work first time. Hopefully I'm logged in. Here we go, live timings. We're going to launch that. But yeah, what are we thinking? What are we thinking about the Gasly being confirmed? It was heavily rumoured. It was kind of even Fabrizio Romano last night getting in on the action, saying even Fabrizio Romano getting in saying here we go on the old on F1 news, which is something I didn't expect the Fabrizio Romano announcement, to be honest, but he fancies his 2 pennies worth. Right, there we go for the live timings. They should be on. And yeah, we'll see how we go. At least it's going to be dry. So yeah, the big news is that Pierre Gasly will join Alpine for the 2023 season. And it's about time. It's about time Pierre Gasly left the Red Bull Junior program and sort of carved his own career. You know, he's gone through, I don't know how old Pierre Gasly is, but if I was to guess, I'd say he's about 25. He's mid-20s. And it's time for him to come out of the Red Bull nest and now make his own career. So big ups to Pierre Gasly. I'm glad he's got a big move, and it is a big move for Pierre Gasly. And I'm glad he's got it. He deserves it. He's had a few good seasons, you know, especially last season with AlphaTauri. He was fantastic, and now hopefully he's going to get a car to show his talents. And like SHT was just saying in chat, this Ocon v Gasly is going to be fireworks next season, because Gasly's not going to turn up there and play second fiddle. Look at the special edition Lewis Hamilton crash helmet this weekend. First time I've seen that one, and he's gone full multicoloured flowers. Right, anyway, how are we doing? SHT, yeah, back-to-back breaking news. Gave up on Discord karaoke thing. Oh, Chris, was you trying to join? We're on about 7:10 for quali. No worries, Chris. Yeah, I'm back on qualifying 10 to 7 UK time. Starts at 7 AM. So yeah, Chris, you'll probably be at work, I imagine, or something. So yeah, big ups to anybody that's in right now. And Gasly 26, yeah, that's about what I would think. Yeah, a few special edition helmets this weekend in Japan. Alex Albon running the Cherry Blossom. They're going to show... Yeah, 4 o'clock in the UK, says Crofty, and it is. It just got up, he says. No, we stayed up. We stayed up, haven't we, guys? We're not getting up for this. We're staying up for this. That's the difference. But yeah, what are we saying? Expected fireworks for Ocon and Gasly. Exactly. Chris will be on 7:10. No worries. Not looking great for Mick. No, it's not. It's not looking great for Mick. I think last chance is that Mick gets the Williams seat with Albon. I think that's last chance saloon for Mick Schumacher is that Williams pick him up. I get the impression that Haas have had enough. I think Haas are going to drop him. You know, that's just my loose tongue because I've been up all night and I've come off the fence. But I think Haas will drop him, man. But hopefully, because I'm a Mick fan, because his dad was my childhood hero, I'm connected to Mick Schumacher in some kind of a weird emotional way. I really hope that Mick gets the Williams seat with Alexander Albon. With Nick De Vries going to AlphaTauri, he's got more of a chance. You know, and also I'm glad Nick De Vries has got a chance. You know, he's 27, so you're thinking he's almost missed the boat. Anyway, the session started. Let me get the timer on, and we're already a minute and a half into the session, and virtually everyone out on circuit. In fact, correction, everyone. Never mind virtually everyone. Everyone's out on circuit. Everyone's out on circuit. My stream timer. Yes, we need a stream timer. Thank you very much. His dad was a great wet driver. Oh, his dad was the greatest of all time. I know Lewis has sort of got the better stats and all the rest of it, but Michael Schumacher is the greatest of all time. Right, 58 minutes. I'll go 50. Oh no. There we go. Start. Boom. What's that saying? Yeah, we've got a timer up now. Right, close that. Do that. Let me just... I don't need the 0-0, do we? That's good enough. Flipping thing. Professional. There we go. Oh, I've trimmed it a bit too much now. Why is this so difficult? There we go. Right, so we've got the timer on. 57.5 minutes. We'll get the live timings on as well. And we're fully rock and roll. Everyone's out of the garage because obviously yesterday being a wet session means that now it's frantic. Absolutely frantic. Because yesterday was... To me, it feels like the same day. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I've not even slept since practice yesterday. Gaz is 22. Yeah. So Chris and Kim going to join me for quali. Big up to you. Went to join and will be in work. Tell you what, that Discord is good, man. I was only in for like 15 minutes or something in that group, but it was really good. Playing some tunes. It's basically like Demcast, but with random people. No, it was good, the Discord group. I'll probably be on that again at some point. But you have to do some verification thing. I couldn't get in here first. But anyway. We're on board with Max Verstappen. He's down at the turn 11 hairpin. I think that's turn 11 the hairpin. Yeah, turn 11 hairpin. Coming up towards Spoon Curve, but everybody's just going to be on it straight away. We've got all 20 cars out on circuit, notably Mick Schumacher. They fixed his car overnight and he's out there with everybody else. Mick Schumacher missed the entirety of Friday practice 2, which is not ideal. Having crashed at the end of FP1, they couldn't get the car fixed in time for FP2. He missed the entire session, but boom, he's out there now and he's got to do as many laps as is possible in this 1 hour session before qualifying. Perez goes quickest and on 133.2, and Verstappen is about to smash that with fastest in first sector, fastest in all 3 sectors. Max Verstappen and sets... Did I say Max Verstappen, and sets a 132 flat, 1.2 seconds quicker than Sergio Perez. What are we saying? 90% chance of rain for tomorrow for the start of the race. It'll probably be dry then. Probably be that 10% and it'll be dry. No, that's crazy. 90% chance of rain. Wow, Nicholas Latifi right across the runoff area at the final chicane. His dad was a great wet driver. His dad was great in all conditions. I want to see more flames for Gunter next season. Potential Magnussen or Hulkenberg. Yeah, they did. I'm not going to say what Magnussen said to Hulkenberg, but SHT, you probably know what Magnussen said to Hulkenberg about 5 years ago. I'm not going to repeat it because you don't know who's watching, and I don't want to be throwing around that kind of language, but yeah, Magnussen and Hulkenberg aren't best friends, put it that way. So if they're teammates next season, get the popcorn out. Get the popcorn out. If it's Magnussen Hulkenberg at Haas next season. Also get the popcorn out for Ocon v Gasly at Alpine. That is going to be an interesting one. As is the man we're on board with, Lando Norris, into the final chicane. Lando Norris versus Oscar Piastri as well. I see that being a heck of a live rivalry. Oscar Piastri is going to turn up thinking he's the big Donny. It's going to be feisty. You'll be watching all the streams. Get in, Ryan. Ryan, get in. That's the way. That's the only way. So, big up to you, Ryan. If you're watching on the stream, didn't tell me what to do. Oh, Kim, I didn't know what to do. Denver had to walk me through it as if I'm 2 years old. You have to go on a different page, and then you have to answer like 10 questions. Wow. They're showing Nicholas Latifi's embarrassing moment from yesterday where it went the wrong way. He made a wrong turn, which is hilarious. Hilarious that Nicholas Latifi took a wrong turn yesterday. But yeah, Kim, it was a mad one on the Discord. You have to get in the server, and then to even get into the chat rooms, you have to answer like 10 questions. Male, female, non-binary, and all the rest of it. What age category you're in? I'm in category 7 of 7. The age categories are like, I don't know, 16 and under, 16 to 20, 20 to 23, 23 to 28, and I'm in category 7, 30 plus. Category 7 for me, my lad. That is when you know you're getting old. When you're in the when you're in the final category. So yeah, you have to answer a few questions and then you can get in. But it's a mad one. I didn't know anything about it. But yeah, anyway, I'm not talking about that. No chance. Plus, they didn't do ABBA. No, they definitely didn't do ABBA. Tsunoda needs to step it up next season. Definitely. Big season for Tsunoda next season. Definitely. Tsunoda's make or break next season. Definitely. De Vries beats him. Thinks Tsunoda will lose his seat. Yeah. I mean, I say it right now. I don't think Tsunoda will be in Formula 1 2024. I think by now we would have seen some magic. You know, I say this on my streams a lot, and it must sound like, what do you mean magic? You've got to have magic. If you're going to be in Formula 1 long term, you can get away with it for a season or two. But if you want a full career in Formula 1, you've got to have that magic. You've got to have moments where you go, how has he done that? You know, Fernando Alonso does it regularly where you go, how has he just gone P2 on that lap? Or, you know, even if it's just small moments, even a lap in practice where you go, wow. You need wow moments. Yuki Tsunoda's not delivered many wow moments. You know, maybe one or two, maybe in 24 months, in 20 months. But yeah, it's a make or break for Yuki Tsunoda next season with Nick De Vries. I think we'll put it this way, Nick De Vries did his debut, instant wow moment, P9, gets points on his debut, bang, it's a wow moment, showing a bit of magic. That's what you need. But it is, 10 minutes have already gone. I don't know where those 10 minutes have gone. I'll never get them back. But it's Verstappen on a 32 flat, quickest. Still by 1.2 seconds over Sergio Perez. We've got McLaren 3rd and 4th on the soft tyre as well. But they're albeit over 2 seconds off the pace. We have got AlphaTauri 5th and 6th. Tsunoda and Gasly, they're on the mediums, as is Alexander Albon in 7th. He's on the mediums as well. And P8 Carlos Sainz on the soft tyres. He'll be looking to improve on that time. We see replay on board with Fernando Alonso, full opposite lock coming out the final corner. He's really wrestling the car, trying to keep it in a straight line. Whoa, Fernando with the big oversteer. What are we saying? Is that an automatic thing? 8 years? Mate, yeah. Oh, Shibu, welcome in. Welcome in, Shibu. Shibu's in was in the Discord group. Yeah. Shibu's from the Discord group, so get in. I do like that group. It seems pretty fun. But welcome to the stream. 50 plus, Chris. No. Hey, Shibu, I was just talking about those age categories. I was in category 7 out of 7. Hey, Chris, it doesn't matter if you're 96. You're still in category 7 with me. Once you hit 30 on Discord, you are in category 7. I'm in category 7 with you, Chris. It doesn't matter if you're 96, 56, 36. If you're 30 over, you're in the old category. Is it an automatic thing? No, you have to fill out a form. It seemed like it's been paused. What's been paused? Crying. I hope I'm not on pause. I'm not on pause, am I? We're watching Lando Norris coming up to the final chicane. Is he going to improve his lap time? We're not seeing any sector times from Lando Norris. But it's still Red Bull 1-2, McLaren 3-4, AlphaTauri 5-6. 12 minutes into the session. Alonso even carried that 2012 Ferrari. Hey, SHT, Alonso carried Ferrari in general for about 3 years. Finished second in Constructors when it was the 4th fastest car. I've said it before, SHT. Fernando Alonso did magic stuff in that Ferrari. When Fernando Alonso was in his prime... Hey, SHT, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. SHT, look at this. SHT. Bro. There it is. There it is, SHT. I was an Alonso fan. That's a jumper. I mean, you probably know, innit? The Santander days. That's like 2012. That's like a Ferrari jumper from like 2012 season. I've worn it about 5 times ever. But yeah, I was a big Fernando Alonso fan, man. Back in the day, back in the Ferrari day, and he really did carry that team, man. Yeah, old Alonso Ferrari shirt. Yeah, a lot of Ferrari jumper from like 2012 ish, maybe 13, maybe 11, but around that era, yeah. So yeah, he fully carried that team. Kim's multitasking, so get only 1 win, but 10 podiums in 2011 Ferrari. Oh, mate, he was unbelievable, Fernando. He still is. He's still doing it now. He's still doing it now. How old is Alonso? 40? 41? Still got it, never lose it. Which is, incidentally, one of my favourite ever sayings. Still got it, never lose it. I think it's a Louis Spence quote. I think it's a Louis Spence quote, that. Louis Spence is a dancer. And he's like in his 50s, but he can still do the splits. Oh yeah, Louis Spence, he's in his 50s, he can still do the splits, and he goes, still got it, never lose it. I love it. Still got it, never lose it. Fernando Alonso, 40 years of age, still got it, never lose it. So Yuki Tsunoda's got a problem with the car, eh? Or is he just trying to move out of the way? Wow, he slowed down that violently. I thought he had a problem with the car, but no, it's alright. He's just trying to get out of the way of Fernando Alonso. It is an old Ferrari shirt. Yeah, I thought you'd seen the light road kind of the red side of London. What, an Arsenal shirt? No, definitely not. That was no. Kim. If I ever go, hey, Kim, look at this, and I get an Arsenal shirt out, it's not me. It's someone with a mask of my face on him. It's not me, that. If that ever happens. No, it's an older Ferrari jumper from way back. That's the equivalent of having like the old Arsenal JVC kit from like 2006 something. It's the F1 equivalent of that. An old classic. Was not saying he places it next to him on the bed and strokes it lovingly. Chris, how do you know all my secrets? Chris, I told you not to tell anyone. God damn it, Chris. I'm going to have to private you. Message you privately, Chris. I'll tell you not to spill all my secrets. Frankie Dettori. Oh, that name rings a bell. Frankie Dettori, is he a cyclist or a cricketer or a... I don't know, it's a name I've heard before. When you see a driver age 40 and above still competing at a high level against the young drivers, exactly. Fernando, big ups to him. Both McLaren's done the laps on softs, yeah. So the top four are all on soft tyres. Tsunoda, Gasly and Albon on the mediums. Sainz is on the soft, interestingly. Alonso now in the pits, but everybody out there on the circuit in the first 15 minutes because yesterday was wet. In fact, yesterday they were supposed to do... they were supposed to be testing tyres for 2023, but they had to postpone that idea because it was absolutely chucking it down. So I think they're going to do the 2023 tyre test in Mexico, as far as I know, where that's going to probably be dry, so they'd be chilling. But yeah, they weren't able to do the tyre test yesterday. It was an extended session as well. And Latifi went the wrong way, which was hilarious. He took the wrong turn. Have you ever seen a Formula 1 driver take a wrong turn on a racing track? Chris, did you know about this? I know you're a massive Latifi fan, aren't you, Chris? Nicholas Latifi yesterday in the rain, Chris. The track goes left. Latifi went right. Went down an escape road thinking it was the circuit. Hilarious. You couldn't write it, Chris, honestly. It's unbelievable. And then he tried to blame it on the car and he was on team radio going, sorry guys, there's something weird with the car. No, bro, you forgot the layout of the circuit and turned off. Oh, mate, you couldn't write that. You could not write that. Well, it was wet. It was an EMP blast. Yeah. He's a 40-year-old horse jockey. Oh, yeah, jockey. That's it. I knew it was a sport that I don't really follow. Frankie Dettori. As soon as you said that name, I was like, I've heard that name, but it's not from a sport that I follow. He's not a footballer. He's definitely not an F1 driver. He's not like someone in the mainstream, but I knew it was a sporting guy that was like a cricket or a rugby and it's horse riding. That's it. Thanks for that. I don't know why you brought him up. It's because he's 40 years old. EMP blast, yeah, Chris. They were talking about it in Singapore. What a ridiculous... Oh, they're on an audio up thing, but I'm going to keep on talking. So with 40 minutes to go in practice 3, it's still FP3 because the F doesn't stand for Friday. Ooh. The F stands for free. So really, when it's FP1, FP2, FP3, it means free practice 1, free practice 2, free practice 3. That's a bit of a tongue twister. So it is still FP3. Yeah, makes sense. Albon's P7th, albeit 3.3 seconds off the pace. But go on, Alex. Hamilton on the hard tyres, Russell on the mediums, down in 14th and 15th. Mick Schumacher 6.5 seconds off the pace on the mediums. Come on, Mick. I know you missed a session, but 6.5 seconds off? Really? No, I feel like everyone from like 7th down hasn't really pushed it. Verstappen's not even on personal bests. He's going to come across the line. Still on the soft tyres. He's probably done 20 minutes on those soft tyres. Yeah, he's well off the pace. Yeah, rugby. Yeah, he's not rugby. No, what I mean. Chris is like, rugby? He's 4'2". Are you this much of an idiot all the time? No, what I mean, Chris, is that I knew it was a name from a sport that I don't really follow. So, like, cycling, horse racing. I knew it was a name from a sport that's on the periphery. I knew. Rugby's 4.2. Yeah, he would get absolutely flattened. The fact that Alonso's been extracting bad cars for so many times. Oh. Alonso's been unlucky. Do you know what? I saw a stat, SHT, that said if Alonso had had 5 more points in his F1 career in the right seasons at the right time, he'd be a 5-time champion. If he'd have had 1 more point in 2007, he'd have been world champion then. If he'd have had 1 more point in 2010, he'd have been world champion. If he had 2 more points in 2012, he'd have been world champion. So Fernando Alonso should not be sat there now at 40 years of age only with 2 championships. He should have 3 or 4, possibly even 5. So yeah, he's kind of been unlucky really, as old Fernando. 5 more points over the last 15 years would have get him another 3 championships. Incredible stat. 2008, Renault was struggling, got 2 wins, 2nd place in Brazil. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, said it before. Crazy SHT. Something just sticks with me where I think, wow, such is the history books are written. And I know this is like an old like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing, but the fine margins is fine margins. You know, 1 point here and there, and the history books look completely different. Unfortunately, it's not that close this season. 1 point here or there isn't going to stop Max Verstappen this season. You'd need 100 points here or there to stop Max Verstappen this season. And yeah, kind of a mad one. Has got the possibility of being crowned world champion on Sunday morning, if you didn't know. If Max wins the race with fastest lap, he will be crowned double world champion. If he doesn't win the race and doesn't get fastest lap, then there's other permutations where Verstappen can be champion. So let's say he finishes 2nd, Leclerc could probably have to be outside the top 8, something like that. There'd be different kind of scenarios where Verstappen can be champion. But the simplest way is, if Verstappen wins it with fastest lap, he's world champion. Then, on Monday, it could all be undone again because the FIA announcement comes out about the budget cap breach. And then it unlocks Pandora's box. And that could be one of the biggest stories in Formula 1 history. If Red Bull are found guilty, what is the punishment going to be and how severe? Are they going to rewrite the history books? Are they going to take Verstappen's championship off him last season? Is it going to be a big fine? Everyone's going to lose it. F1 Twitter is going to be... F1 Twitter's just going to blow up. It's just going to be debris everywhere. It's not going to even be survivable. This is talking about drives in the 40s. Yeah, guys in the 20s making comparison with the 2. But well, exactly. It depends what sport, I think. Because, like, footballers very rarely get to 40. But your Rangers keeper, he's 40, isn't he? But he's a goalkeeper, so they have slightly longer careers. But the Rangers goalkeeper's 40, but not really many players make it to 40. So, because football's very intense. Also, tennis is like very intense. You don't really get to 40 if you're playing tennis. But Formula 1, if you keep yourself in peak physical condition, you can reach 40. If you keep yourself absolutely in peak physical condition, you can make it to 40. And probably, like with jockeys, you could probably make it to 40 if you keep yourself... Yeah, I think it is SHT. Let's just read a couple of messages before I get to that one. 2016, McLaren Honda was struggling. 2015 and 16 for McLaren. are 2 years that they would want to erase from their history. It was embarrassing. Spa plus Malaysia when he started from 22nd and finished 7th. Incredible. But yeah, SHT, I feel like on the subject of this budget cap breach, or whatever they're calling it, I don't know what term they're using. I'll go budget cap breach. Basically spending too much money. On the case of Red Bull spending too much money, I feel rewriting the history books and taking championships off him. I mean, would that be the first in history? Would that be an unprecedented situation? I mean, I know that there was a thing with Senna and Prost in like 1990 where that was like a controversial championship. And that was like decided after the race who had won the championship. And it was a bit of a controversial one. But nobody's been world champion and then a year later had it struck off, have they? No, it's never. Surely that's never. And I do, honestly, right, I do feel like that would be too much, that. But if they have breached it, what kind of punishment do you give them? Because a fine, do you take constructors' points off them and leave the drivers' championship? Take team points off them? Do you ban them from a race? Do you punish them in terms of prize money? So, for example, Red Bull are about to win the Constructors' Championship this year. Do you not give them the full amount of prize money? Do you limit them in terms of wind tunnel time? So in terms of development for next year's car, do you take some wind tunnel time off them? Because obviously wind tunnel time is extremely valuable in Formula 1. Do you take some of that off them? I have no idea what the punishment is going to be. But if they're found guilty, it will be huge. For the drivers and constructors is fair. Yeah, I don't know what kind of punishment. Rene Alberto Andrade, welcome to the stream. Me gusta la Formula 1. Yeah, me too. I like Formula 1 as well. I don't know if you're in Spain, Mexico, or any other Spanish. I believe that's Spanish. I can speak a little bit of Spanish, just your basic. But welcome to the stream. Bienvenido. I don't know how the hell you say stream in Spanish. Streama. Yellow flag sector 2, but that's soon cleaned up. But yeah. George Russell goes P2 then. So Russell was personal best in all 3 sectors and splits the Red Bulls. So we're now halfway through the session. That has gone quick. That has gone quick. We're already halfway through this final practice session. And it is still Verstappen quickest. From now, George Russell, Perez 3rd, Hamilton 4th. So it's Red Bull 1-3, Mercedes 2-4. With Valtteri Bottas sat P5 in the Alfa Romeo. We're looking at Mick Schumacher in the garage. Currently 20th and last. 6.5 seconds off the pace. Mick, you're fighting for your life in Formula 1. Please, don't fail me now. Joe Bauer, the FIA... I can't think of his job title, so I'll just say FIA Big Cheese. FIA Steward. Although I feel like he's higher up than that. if he was in Game of Thrones, he'd be the Lord Commander. But I can't think of his job title in the FIA. But Joe Bauer is your big sort of Inspector Gadget. Here is Zhou Guan Yu. I'm too tired to even think of it. He's Lord Commander, Kim. I can't remember think of his job title. And I've been up too long, and it's 4:30 in the morning. And I had a few drinks, and so this is what you get. Zhou is gone P6. Alonso's purple middle sector. Here we go. They're switching it on now. Verstappen's in the pits. Right, so here comes Fernando. Go on. If Alonso goes quickest, game on. Boom, P2. On the medium tyres. On the medium tyres. Go on, Fernando. Here comes Ocon. Alpine are quick. Alpine are quick. Alpine are quick. Right. Right, Alpine are quick. Right, so Alonso and Ocon have just gone second and third on the medium tyre, half a second off Max Verstappen's Red Bull, who's on the soft. Alpine are quick. I tell you what, this battle for P4 in Constructors is going to go to the wire with McLaren. Alpine versus McLaren is going to go to the absolute... I mean, I wish it was the battle for first. But it's the battle for fourth is what we've got to look at with Verstappen leading the championship by about 160 points. Hamilton goes P4. Sainz purple sector 1 and sector 2. Carlos Sainz on a very quick lap. Looking like he's going to easily beat the time. Stream is Corriente. Corriente. What, running? Corriente. Corriendo. I feel like that's running or something like that. Corriente. Is that running, Chris? I feel like that's running or something. Oh no! Oh, you mean the word for stream is corriente? Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Sorry, my brain's on a slow mode. Oh, there's the word for stream is that. I can't get peace to do anything. Oh my god, you've got a child nipping at your ear, nipping my ear. Yeah, that's not what you need at 25 to 5 in the morning, is it, Kim? Especially when you've been up all night. The last thing you need is someone on an annoying... Oh, they're asking Otmar Safnauer on the pit wall, why have they employed Pierre Gasly for 2023? He's saying speed, experience and youth. No, it's a good signing all round. It's good news all round for Alpine and for Gasly. It's a good fit, to be fair. I'm glad Gasly's got his break. I mean, to be honest with you, he's come 12 months too late, really. Gasly should already have had his big break. But, no, I'm happy for Pierre. It's going to be interesting, Gasly v Ocon next season. So, with 25 minutes to go, we're watching Pierre Gasly on a quick lap. He's gone personal best in Sector 1. It is now a Ferrari 1-2. Sainz is quickest on a 1:30.9. Leclerc is now second quickest, 4/10 off that pace. So Leclerc could be on like a 31.3. Yeah. Esteban Ocon coming up to the final chicane, but it is Ferrari 1-2 Sainz from Leclerc. Then we've got Verstappen P3. Then the two Alpines of Alonso Ocon sit 4th and 5th, and then two Mercs of Hamilton and Russell 6th and 7th. But Alpine looking quick on the medium tyres as Pierre Gasly goes P7 in the AlphaTauri. Splits the Mercedes then. He's on the soft tyre, I think, as well. Yeah, Gasly on the soft. We're watching Yuki Tsunoda coming round 130R, full speed without even blinking. Please do drop me a like on this stream, guys. It really does help me out. Maybe one day YouTube will notice me, put me on the list with the other F1 channels, and we can start growing this thing. So yeah, please do that if you are in the stream, and of course if you're enjoying it. Whoa, Daniel Ricciardo braking too late coming into the final chicane, getting it all wrong, locking his front right tyre, and having to go straight on across the across that weird looking AstroTurf. It's like patchy AstroTurf runoff area over the final chicane, which is already being ripped up from the floor. It's like they've done little squares of AstroTurf, and like it doesn't look. It looks a bit scruffy. Isn't this supposed to be one of the best venues in the world? What are you doing with AstroTurf in patches? I don't know. Bring back gravel. I tell you what, they've been reintroducing gravel traps at circuits, and I fully back it. In Monza and Spa, they're bringing back the old-fashioned gravel trap. Love it. If you had a gravel trap on that final chicane in the middle of it, so if you go straight on, you go straight over the gravel, people wouldn't go straight on. I'll tell you that for a fact. People make sure that they wouldn't go straight across that chicane. Sort that out straight away, and you wouldn't have to put your AstroTurf down. Wow, George Russell with a big snap of oversteer on the exit of Spoon Curve, going up now to 130R. What kind of speed is he doing into 130R? 185 mile an hour into 130R and flat out 185 mile an hour into a right hand bend and not even blinking. Latifi goes straight over it. Latifi already has gone straight over it. He's the one damaging the AstroTurf. But Latifi would go over the gravel as well, even if you put gravel there, yeah. Yeah, he would, yeah. He's straight over it. So, we're 20 minutes to go in the final practice session of the weekend. Oh, I don't know what kind of condition I'm going to be in for qualifying, because I am shattered. I wish this was qualifying, I could just go to bed. I'm going to be like that. Hello and welcome to qualifying. In fact, there's a meme going around on Twitter. Let me see if we can find it. It's a guy who's like trying to keep his eyes open. Oh my god, I saw it before. This is like everyone in the UK trying to watch the Japanese Grand Prix tomorrow. I can't find it now. Yeah. No, for quali was... I'll stand up for qualifying and I definitely won't fall asleep stood up then. We'll go in a stand-up mode for quali, eh? Yeah, because I won't fall asleep stood up. And I'm not falling asleep on stream. Imagine. I've in full developer mode. Someone would clip it and then... I wouldn't anyway. I'd have to be significantly... I'd have to be up for like a full 3 days, 4 days. I can't find this picture. They're on an ad break. I don't even know what's happening. It's Sainz and Leclerc 1-2. Verstappen. Albon's gone P4. Alexander Albon in the Williams is 4th. Anything can happen in Formula 1. Anything can happen, guys. No, I can't find it. But you just someone put on Twitter before. He's lights out and away we go for Japan, and then a picture of some guy who's like in bed like that, trying to keep one eye open. He sums it up perfectly. He just sums it up. Yeah, no, he's gone now. I can't find it now. But yeah, most people are going to be watching it in bed, innit? The race tomorrow. But I'll be here. I'll be on full commentary mode for the race. No more waffling. When we get onto quali and the race, we go professional. This is just kind of a chat, this. If you haven't noticed. Alexander Albon P4, though, is genuinely interesting. I mean, yeah, he's on the soft tyre, but wow. It's Sainz Leclerc, Verstappen, Albon, Alonso, Ocon, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Gasly, Russell, top 10. And Vettel, Perez, Bottas, Stroll, Zhou, Magnussen, Norris, Ricciardo, Latifi, Schumacher. Come on, Mick. Let's see what you can do. I swear this handbrake has been twice as long as normal. Are they trying to kill time? Sky are definitely trying to kill time here. They're pulling a 10-minute ad break on me. Huddersfield v Hull. I am not bothered about Huddersfield v Hull. Get the practice back on. There we go. We're back. Let's see what's going on. With 17 minutes to go. That's soon gone. It's gone quick, hasn't it? 17 minutes to go. Vettel is round the turn 11 hairpin. P11 he sits at the moment in the Aston Martin. And it is the last time Sebastian Vettel will drive the Japanese Grand Prix. I feel like he's retired a year or two too soon, to be honest with you. I think, but... It's not personal best in the middle sector for Sebastian Vettel, though, so he's probably not going to improve on this lap and backs out of it. Getting out of the way for Yuki Tsunoda. So we're sat on a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Albon P4. 1.4 seconds off the pace. As we're watching Max Verstappen round 130R. Verstappen goes P2 then on that lap. Splitting the Ferraris then, so it's still Sainz quickest on a 1 minute 30.9. Verstappen goes second. 3.5 tenths off that pace, but he's on the medium tyre. So Verstappen probably time in hand over the Ferraris at the moment. And this is a good segue to put my predictions on screen. My predictions, if you can still hear me, by the way, that is. My predictions this weekend is on screen right now. I've gone for the Verstappen win. Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Norris, Russell, Alonso, Ocon, Ricciardo, Bottas. I made these predictions on Thursday. So this was before I'd seen anything, so do bear that in mind. I'll probably change it a little bit now. Alpine, I'll probably move Alpine up a little bit. But yeah, that's my prediction for this weekend. Might as well get all the scenes out. You might as well go through. This is the championship as it stands. So as you can see, are we looking at a four-way battle for P6? We've got Alfa Romeo 52 points, Aston Martin 37, Haas and AlphaTauri both on 34. So, and now are Alfa Romeo now being dragged into a four-way fight for P6? I would argue yes. Also, the biggest battle really in the teams is for P4, McLaren v Alpine. McLaren just overtook Alpine in the last race in Singapore and now lead Alpine by 4 points. 129 for McLaren, 125 for Alpine. Red Bull have ran away with it, and with Ferrari's double podium in Singapore, I think Ferrari have pretty much secured that P2 as well. So it's going to be third in the championship for Mercedes. In the Drivers' Championship, Verstappen with the 103, 104 point lead or something like that. Ridiculous. But battle for P2, supposedly, really, in the championship. Leclerc v Perez for second in the championship. These are the kind of battles you've got to be looking at now, because Verstappen is on the cusp of winning the championship. But yeah, I just thought I'd get might as well get that on screen for a minute. Whilst nothing much is happening, we're watching a replay of Yuki Tsunoda. Right, let's get the live timings back up. Ooh, little bit of a segue there. So it is Tsunoda around the final corner. Perez has gone P4 as well, so it is now Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez. But interestingly, the Red Bulls are on the medium tyres, whereas the Ferraris are on the soft. So I would say it's advantage Red Bull at this point. Albon's still sat there in P5. Let's go. 12 minutes to go. As we're watching one of the Alfa Romeos, Zhou Guanyu into the final chicane, then looking like he's about to start a flying lap. What's his name? Will take a wrong turn right in the middle of it. Latifi. Hey, Nicholas Latifi's on a different wavelength. Turning right. That is an embarrassing moment. That if you're in the absolute pinnacle of motorsport, you know the drivers that you're sharing the circuit with are the very best in the world, and you take a wrong turn. Like, he turned off the circuit, right, and went down an escape road, and then was just faced with a barrier in front of him, and he's turned right, gone off the circuit, faced with a metal barrier, and he's gone, oh no. He's gone like that, his heart's sunk, and he's gone, oh, I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way. Imagine that. Imagine being an elite racing driver, one of the best in the world, and you go the wrong way. And he's looked at that barrier in the face and gone, oh no. I have never seen, in fact, I only realised, this is how unusual that scenario is, right? I've been watching this for 18 years. I've never seen it, right? But more than that, it's so unusual that I was just fully confused. I didn't know what he'd done. You know, I didn't see it and go, oh, he's taking a wrong turn. That's what's happened. No, I looked at it and thought, what's he doing there? I looked at it genuinely and I was like, what's Latifi doing there? And I was like, I don't understand where he is. I don't understand why. I don't understand how. And so it was only after the stream finished, and then I went on Twitter and I just saw everyone going, Latifi went the wrong way, Latifi went the wrong way, that I realised, damn, Latifi went the wrong way, bro. I've never in all my years ever seen a driver go the wrong way. I mean, I saw, in fact, the only similar comparable incident to that ever is Kimi Raikkonen in Brazil. And he inadvertently, this was by accident, went off the track, went across the grass because he'd lost the car. He'd lost control of the car, went across the grass, and then he went onto an escape road and went the wrong way and went round the back of the grandstands. But that wasn't because... That was for a different reason. It wasn't because he thought the track went that way. That was because he found himself in that position and then had to navigate. Latifi thought, oh, here's where the track turns right, and turned right. Dead. I cannot believe it. So that's why he won't be here next season anyway. Latifi's gone. Bottas goes P7. We're less than 8 minutes to go in the session. Oh, that photographer side. There's a photographer there at Degner 1. What a position that is to be. He has won the lottery in terms of photographer positions. At the barrier at Degner 1, that is absolutely fantastic. Right, what are we saying? Alpine's hasn't done the laps on soft this session. No, they haven't. Alpine down to 10th and 11th now, but are on the mediums. And the Alfa Romeos have gone 7th and 8th while I was talking about Latifi taking a wrong turn. Yeah, the Alfa Romeos are 7th and 8th. I can't get over it. Ricciardo is coming up to the final chicane. McLaren is still running with this orange and pink livery, which I think is god awful. Ricciardo goes P6 on a 31.8 on the soft tyres, but P6 not bad. Yeah, 9/10 off the pace for Daniel Ricciardo. Replay on board with George Russell into the final chicane then. Oh, I see where. Yeah. George Russell being held up by Sebastian Vettel in the final chicane. So George won't be very happy about that, as we see Charles Leclerc, fastest of anybody in Sector 1. He has gone purple, Charles Leclerc, in the Ferrari. Alonso coming out on softs as well as Ocon. Yes, let's go. You're right. Popping in. Cheers, Flabby. I know you sent that message a few minutes ago. I was waffling on about Nicholas Latifi, but yeah, smash the like. Cheers, Flabby. Vamos. Kim, Chris, the best. Cheers, mate. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for just popping in, smashing the like. Even if you can't stay with me, I appreciate it. But yeah, we've got 5.5 minutes to go. Sainz has gone personal best Sector 1. Leclerc and Sainz separated by 15 thousandths of a second now. So Leclerc did improve, but didn't go quickest, I think. Sainz is slower in the middle sector. Albon's gone P10. Two Mercedes are 4th and 5th now. Sainz, yeah, remains quickest with 5 minutes to go on a 1 minute 30.9. Yeah, Leclerc 15 thousandths of a second behind in P2. Verstappen 3.5 tenths off. Both Mercedes about half a second off the pace in 4th and 5th. We've got Norris P6, 8 tenths off. Stroll P7 in the Aston Martin. A fraction of a second quicker than Daniel Ricciardo, 8th. So we've got both McLarens in the top 8 on the soft tyres. Red Bull sit 3rd and 9th, but they're on the mediums. But Verstappen now on the soft tyres with 4.5 minutes to go. Goes fastest of anybody in Sector 1. Is this Red Bull now showing the hand? Not John Hand. Alonso coming out. Yeah. Stroll, hello. I know. Stroll, hello. Welcome to Suzuka, Lance Stroll goes 7th. Verstappen, purple sector 1 and 2. He's about to exit the final chicane. And I would imagine smash the time and go quickest, and does by 0.3 of a second. Max Verstappen then lowers the bar to 1 minute 30.6. 0.3 of a second over Sainz. And Leclerc, Tsunoda goes P13. But yeah, where are Haas in terms of putting the soft tyres on? I feel like Haas need to... yeah, they are on the softs now, I think. I just have to see the graphic. I was blocking my own graphic. Oh, Chris, no. Chris, he's probably watching. No, actually, he'd probably be in bed, in it. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Mick Schumacher goes P15. Magnussen and Schumacher go 14th and 15th, so get in. Well, at least they're not last. Ocon goes 8th then, I assume, on the soft tyre. Oh, Alonso's gone 4th on the soft, has he? I missed that one. Looks like Alonso's gone P4 on the soft. Ocon's gone P8. The battle of McLaren v Alpine rages on. Yeah, Fernando P4. Red card. Red card. Chris. I'm reversing it on you, Chris. Reverse. I reversed him onto you, Chris. Boom. GG's, Chris. I've flipped him back onto you. You can deal with him. Lance on good form lately. He is. Where is he now? P9. We're watching Sergio Perez on the soft tyres around Spoon Curve. Heading up the hill now towards 130R. A minute and a half to go then. So we're right at the end of the session now. It's Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc, Alonso, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Ocon, Stroll, Ricciardo, top 10. So both Alpines are in the top 10. Both McLarens, both Mercedes, both Ferraris. And Sergio Perez looking to join them and make it 2 Red Bulls. Here comes Perez to the line. P5. Okay. So, yeah, half a second between Verstappen and Perez, 1st to 5th. 0.3 between the top 2. Replay on board with George Russell heading to turn 11. Oh, traffic everywhere. He's got a Red Bull on the inside. He's got an Alpha Tauri. Oh, he nearly hits the back of that Alpha Tauri. Is that Tsunoda or Gasly? Pierre Gasly. So Russell nearly hits the back of Gasly at turn 11 there. Ooh, there's a lot of traffic there actually. But yeah, Russell and Gasly getting the twisted lines there and nearly crashing into each other. I don't know what Pierre's doing. This is it. Where does Pierre go in that situation? I don't know. This is a hand-free zone. It is, Kim. It's a hand-free zone. I don't like Stroll, but I like the fact he's stepping up. So do I. I think Lance Stroll has a lot of undue criticism because of the position that his father's in. He's sort of like... But the thing is, I think Lance Stroll's good enough to be there anyway, with or without the money, with or without the backing and the all the rest of it. I think Lance Stroll, he's not out of his depth, is he? Put it that way. Lance Stroll's not out of his depth. He's not been spectacular in Formula 1. You know, he's not shown that he's going to be winning any championships, but he's not been terrible. He's been decent. So, and there we go. The checker flag comes out then. That is the end of final practice. And it is going to be Verstappen who's going to end FP3 quickest. So we had Alonso quickest in FP2. I think it was Hamilton quickest in FP2. Alonso quickest FP1. I think Hamilton was quickest FP2. And it's Verstappen quickest in final practice in the dry. So it's a bit more representative, this, of the pace. It's Verstappen from Sainz-Leclerc, Alonso P4, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Ocon, Stroll. Then we've got Ricciardo, Albon, Bottas, Vettel, Magnussen, Schumacher, Tsunoda, Zhou, Latifi and Gasly 20th and last in the AlphaTauri, which is unusual. There we go. That's it, guys. Priori, whoa, what are you doing? He's throwing spells at me. Priori Incantatum. Are you throwing Harry Potter spells at me? Unbelievable. Hey, Chris. I've got a wand round here somewhere, Chris. You be in the bin if I find it. I've got it. Right. I'm done. I'm not a Vada cadaver in anyone. Right, listen, guys, thank you so much for being in the stream. Please do drop me a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're into Formula 1. I'll be live again. I might try and get 2 hours sleep now. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and have a 2 hour power nap, or at least an hour and a half power nap now. And then join me for quali in at 6:50. So we're now 5 o'clock. At 10 to 7 I will be live for qualifying at the Japanese Grand Prix. So thank you all for joining. Like I say, drop me a like if you've enjoyed it, guys. It really does help out the channel. YouTube might put me on the list. Ooh, you never know. With the other F1 channels, that's what we want. Likes help that, and subscribe if you're into Formula 1. I'll be back in an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes. But it's looking good for Red Bull. It's looking good for Ferrari. The battle between Alpine and McLaren rages on. See you in about an hour and 45 minutes, guys. Thanks for joining. We've had a good chat. We've had a bit of a laugh. You get a bit more professional. As long as my brain doesn't fall asleep. It should get a little bit more professional for quality. Cheers, guys. See you on the next one. Yo, that's the longest outro ever, that, innit?